This episode of Rick and Rick is brought to you by Taskin, the first name in ultra-stylish, premium-quality travel gear like the Taskin Denali 4-wheel carry-on, featuring a sleek, jet black exterior, distinctive matte finish, exceptionally smooth rubberized wheels, and compact, lightweight form factor. Taskin Denali is one of the most stylish and versatile carry-ons anywhere. Save 30% on your next purchase when you use the promo code RNR Take 30. That's RNR Take 30 at TaskinSF.com.
Up next on an all-new Rick and Rick.
We came, we saw, we conquered Comic-Con International.
And we did it with a little help from some friends.
That's right. It's time for a Rick and Rick report on San Diego Comic-Con 2026.
As we welcome Comic-Con correspondents Kurt Ho and Eric V to our Hall A to H coverage of the highs, the lows, and the what the f***s of geekdom's biggest event of the year.
And it all starts right here, right now.
On the one show that always has a few Ricks up its sleeve.
And everybody rules the world.
Welcome, everybody, to Rick and Rick Rule the World. I'm Rick Matheson, and I am joined, as always, by my good pal, Rick Wooten, casting with us from Black Hat, Las Vegas. You know, Rick, I think it was Hal Jordan who said, "In blackest hat, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship AI's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light." How you doing so far? Did you pack your power ring?
That's right. That's right. You know, I'm having a good time. You know, it's kind of funny. I've been doing cybersecurity for a very long time, 20 plus years, and I've actually never been to Black Hat. I've been to RSAC a bunch of times, now RSAC, but for whatever reason, I've never attended Black Hat. So it's a fun first experience.
Yeah, well, what everyone's going to find fun in this episode is that this time out, we're opening up a portal to San Diego Comic-Con 2026. As is usually the case for our annual Comic-Con episode, we're joined by a dynamic duo who definitely know their fandom, Eric V and Kurt Ho. Welcome back to the show, guys.
Hey, good to be back. Is this Hall H?
We only wish. You know, with our luck, it would be. We would be there now, 2 weeks after the fact.
Nobody's in here.
Right. Where is everyone? Hello. That would be our luck. We only slept on the cement for 2 weeks.
There you go.
Well, this time out, we are going to be talking about all the coolest trailers, the kookiest cosplays, the hottest merch, the hippest brand activations, plus that logistical supervillain known as Hall H. So let's suit up. For the uninitiated, Comic-Con International is held in San Diego, California. It's the single largest and longest running convention of its kind in the world. It was founded in 1970 and has evolved into a massive 4-day pop culture mecca where 135,000 fans converge annually to celebrate comics, film, TV, and more. So let's kick off our coverage with a look at the highs and lows of Comic-Con 2026.
You know, Rick, this is the second year in a row that I've gone to San Diego Comic-Con, and the second year I've ever gone to San Diego Comic-Con. And I have to say, I think I enjoyed this a little bit more than last year, only because last year I really didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how the format worked. And so I spent most of my time just trying to figure it out. This year I had a good idea going in, had a plan, got to see what I wanted to see, and I thought it was fantastic. And I mean, I don't know if this was the biggest Comic-Con ever, but it really felt like it to me. It felt like it was much bigger than last year, and it was quite exciting.
Yeah. Do you guys have a sense of that? Did it go over 135,000?
No, I heard it was 135,000, roughly.
135,000 people is the cap. Highs, I guess I survived 4 days of Comic-Con, so that's good. Lows, I thought it was actually pretty busy for the first 2 days, and the second 2 days, actually, I think maybe the crowd was a little bit more diluted. Like maybe it's all those people in Hall H or outside suffering in the tents. They obviously had some operational issues, which is not fun, especially if you're cosplaying.
Yeah, we were commenting about people in gorilla outfits and whatnot in the heat there. That must have been rough. But to your point, Eric, Hall H welcomed Marvel back with stars and thousands of screaming fans. But the wristband system reportedly collapsed. More than 600 people waited as long as 30 hours, then learned they ain't going to get in. And what's more, the exhibit hall air conditioner also failed for several hours. But anyway, my highs were hanging out and bugging the hell out of Woot for 4 days. It was like nonstop drinking, binging on Spider Noir, catching up with you guys, going to see The Odyssey together, and basically freebasing the Comic-Con vibe. My lows, and we talked about this last week, I was dying for coffee, pulled out the Starbucks app, and the nearest Starbucks was completely out of coffee. It was like Starbucks was cosplaying as a San Diego supervillain called Starfucks. So when it comes to major announcements, Marvel came back swinging this year. Ryan Gosling will play Ghost Rider. At least we get to see Ken with his face on fire. Ryan Coogler is confirmed to direct Black Panther 3 with one hell of a time jump. David Johnson will play T'Challa's son, the new Black Panther, although last movie he was just a kid. Avengers Doomsday will vie to topple Spider-Man Brand New Day's boffo box office. And DC talked up Lanterns, Clayface, and Superman Man of Tomorrow. Now, that's not an entertainment slate, folks. That's a custody battle for your disposable income. For the group, which announcement generally got your pulse pumping, other than Jessica Biel promoting Matchbox the movie?
Well, I saw it after Comic-Con, but I'm going to go with the mania that surrounded the announcement of Star Trek's Lower Decks, the movie.
So they're doing a movie, actual theatrical release?
No, I don't think they're really doing a movie. I think they're going to do another season. And really, I think the excitement is more over the fact that there's a possible Star Trek something, because Paramount Plus is getting sucked in with the whole Warner Brothers acquisition that might be going to court. So I think the studio is very hesitant to publicly announce anything. But obviously, if you're at Comic-Con and you want to generate some buzz, you can say something on social media, or you could say it at Comic-Con and it'll reach social media. I'd be happy with any kind of Lower Decks. So I'm all about the Star Trek. That's caught my eye.
They might just do what like Futurama did, was come out with like straight to streaming movies, like an hour and a half long or something like that. Not really a theatrical movie, but basically nothing's confirmed yet. They just said Lower Decks is not dead yet, and there's something on the way, and could be like how Futurama took its path. The season ended, they kept getting recommissioned to do these hour and a half specials, 90-minute specials, and then from what I hear, actually, I think end of this month or something, there's actually either another season added on or another 90-minute special. So it's not going away.
Yeah, the one that got me excited, it's actually a series as opposed to a movie, was the Blade Runner 2099. Blade Runner's definitely in the top 10 movies for me of all time, especially when you look at science fiction. So, them reimagining this and coming up with a series out of it is something I'm actually pretty excited about.
And also exciting is HBO released a newer trailer for Lanterns, and now it actually looks like it might be fun. This stars Kyle Chandler from Friday Night Lights as Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, Aaron Pierre as Green Lantern, Jon Stewart, Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, and Ulrich Thompson as Sinestro. And it looks kind of like DC superheroes do True Detective. I think it could be fun.
Yeah, it definitely looks interesting. And I was surprised to see Sinestro in there.
Yeah, the first trailers we'd seen, it looked a little too earthbound and a little bit too budget. But this newer trailer, it's got Sinestro. It hints at the larger sort of intergalactic storyline and some of the interplay between Hal Jordan and Sinestro, when Sinestro forces Hal Jordan to admit that Jon Stewart is not his sidekick, he's his replacement. So it looks like there's some good drama there. So I'm hopeful.
Nice.
That's good to hear.
What you'll also find good to hear is that we'll be right back to talk Ryan Reynolds, Johnny Depp, and other stars in cosplay as our coverage of Comic-Con 2026 continues.
This episode of Rick and Rick is brought to you by Taskin, the first name in ultra-stylish, premium quality travel gear, like the Taskin Air Duo dual-sided compression packing cubes. One side's 100% air breathable to keep clean clothes fresh and wrinkle-free. The other side's odor and water-resistant to keep dirty laundry sealed up tight. Now you can pack up to 40% more in the same space. Save 30% on your next purchase when you use the promo code R&R Take 30. That's R&R Take 30 at TaskinSF.com.
And welcome back to Rick and Rick Rule the World. Rick Matheson and Rick Wooten with special guests Eric V. and Kurt Ho as we talk Comic-Con 2026. All right, next up, tape expectations. So no discussion of Comic-Con is complete without cosplay, which this year included actually a number of ringers that I think we pretty much all saw and didn't realize who was behind the masks. So Johnny Depp was fully transformed into Ebenezer Scrooge. I think Wooten and I passed him once or twice. Ryan Reynolds infiltrated Hall H and elsewhere in a gray and black Deadpool suit. Apparently Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre, the Lanterns, snuck around with Stormtrooper helmets on. And fans, of course, countered with Doctor Doom, Vecna, Optimus Prime, Mario characters especially. We saw some great Mario characters, One Piece and K-pop Demon Hunters as well. I wanted to ask folks, what is the significance of the gray and black Deadpool suit that Ryan Reynolds was wearing around Comic-Con?
It's a Pantone color. It's Jean Grey.
So what's the name of the character that Ryan Reynolds dressed up in?
Gene Pool.
Gene Pool, exactly. Because it's denim. It's not gray, it's denim. The Canadian tuxedo.
He was also wearing a subdued Canadian flag.
Yeah, but he's come out and said that he was signaling that Jean Grey was going to be back in the MCU.
Gotcha.
Now, Rick, I think I told you this. I mean, one, as you mentioned, we walked right by Johnny Depp at least once, if not twice.
Yes.
But I literally walked right past Ryan Reynolds on the show floor.
Yeah.
I was going, down in the, in the shops and going through. I was actually trying to find a shirt. There was a shirt that I liked. I was kind of wandering through and I looked over and I thought, wow, that's a really cool Deadpool outfit. Nobody was around him. Nobody knew it was him.
Yes.
Nobody was asking for autographs. He was just walking through. And the one thing that took me by surprise is that dude is tall. I had no idea how tall he was. And so when I saw him walking through, my first thought was, that's a cool costume and damn, that dude's tall.
Next up, the merch awakens. Comic-Con's merch floor attacked wallets from every fandom. Kurt, inquiring minds want to know, what merch did you buy this year?
I did buy a Grimlock Super 7 t-shirt. My proudest purchase was actually buying the Rick and Rick Ruled the World podcast team achievement patches that says, I made it into Hall H. Wooten and Rick here, you guys need to earn yours before you could put it on your official shirts.
I know. I would feel like a fraud.
But I think that was my proudest purchase. And I was happy to sport the official team shirts.
Well, we want to thank you again. So for listeners, what Kurt is talking about is Rick Wooten had created a kind of a Rick and Rick podcast, logo sticker type thing, which Kurt kindly took and refined and then applied to some really cool polo shirts. So we all wore them around Comic-Con as kind of walking billboards there. So thanks again, Kurt, for doing that. It was super cool. And thanks again for the patches. I do feel like I have to earn a Hall H patch before I wear it.
Me too. And thank you for those shirts. They were awesome.
Oh, no problem. And, maybe we'll make every Friday at Comic-Con the Rick and Rick Rule the World podcast team apparel day. And if any fans spot us, you'll get a prize.
That's right. We'll bring a little t-shirt cannon and shoot out t-shirts to folks. Kurt, did I hear you at dinner tell somebody that you got a Lego set at Comic-Con that you ended up turning around and selling for like a couple $1,000s or something?
No. Yeah. Actually, I think that I got that Lego set. Eric actually got one too when we were at one of the Star Wars celebrations. And Lego did a raffle. I think there was only 200 of them. And Eric and I actually got, I think, the last two. I think mine was $199 out of 200. And I did a quick search and it's worth like $5,000.
Wow.
And in 2 more years, it's supposed to go up to $7,000.
Nice.
But I ended up selling on eBay to somebody in Australia who bought it for almost $4,000. But,
Wow.
eBay takes their cut.
Sure.
But still, $3,000 in change for some Lego bricks.
Well done. Were there brand activations that folks liked?
I did hear there's a DC activation. I didn't get a chance to go to, but I know there was a scavenger hunt. And if you were able to find, I think there was a van with a DC logo and 3 other locations with DC logos, then you get like a bag of swag and stuff. But I heard there's actually 2 bags, one with a Green Lantern ring and the other one with some watch.
Yeah, you know what? I think those Green Lantern rings probably, you talk about the Lego selling for $3,000. I bet that one would go pretty well. Activations that I saw, I was kind of underwhelmed by. It was more like the entertainment properties. They were doing world building, that Star Trek exhibition, and the Ebenezer Scrooge one was part of a Christmas Carol sort of movie promotion. But ones that I saw were things like Allstate, and I think they did it last year, co-sponsoring the DC booth. And the booth was pretty cool, but I don't know what Allstate got from it. It seemed like a waste of money, honestly.
You guys didn't buy Allstate insurance after the con like I did?
I put them on speed dial, but all their reps were out for the week.
Oh, okay. I thought we all switched to Allstate.
Right. You'd be in good hands. We'll be right back.
Hey, Rick and Rick Nation, don't forget to check out our website at rickandrick.com. It's double the Rick in just one click at rickandrick.com.
And welcome back to Rick and Rick Rule the World. Rick Matheson and Rick Wooten with special guests, our Comic-Con correspondents, Kurt Hogue and Eric Fee. Okay, so the con must go on, or must it? Comic-Con, as far as we know, is going to remain in San Diego through 2030. That's the good news. The harder question is what kind of Comic-Con San Diego can contain. The convention center maxed out years ago. Crowds keep intensifying, and fewer off-site attractions this year pushed more people indoors at the convention center. So, gang, if you controlled Comic-Con 2027, what would you change first?
Well, out of a lot of the suggestions that I've heard, I think I would change obviously the Hall H, moving it to PetCo Field, which that would resolve a lot of the capacity issue, and it would reduce the crowds at the convention itself and move those people across the street at the stadium.
That's brilliant.
And the stadium could house maybe 20,000 or something people.
Yeah.
That's at least 3 times Hall H's 6,500 capacity.
Yeah, I love that idea. Yeah.
Killer place. Yeah.
It's literally across the street.
It's being talked about, but I don't know if they could really pull it off or not.
Yeah, here's hoping they could work that out. Speaking of working things out, that's going to wrap it up for this Comic-Con edition of Rick and Rick Rule the World. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. And thank you, Eric and Kurt, for joining us. I really appreciate everyone's time.
It was fun. Thank you.
Listeners, be sure to check us out at rickandrick.com, where you can listen to new and archived episodes of Rick and Rick Rule the World. Till next time, keep on kicking ass and keep on coming back to the one show where almost everybody's name is Rick.
And everybody rules the world.